We're here with four-star Maryland commit Zymear Smith.
You are Locked On Terps, your daily podcast on the Maryland Terps, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's up, everyone? I'm Tre Moore, host of Locked On Terps, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. So thank you for making us part of your day. And today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more. As the playoffs wind down, the sports stop sporting like we want them to. But this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or bonus bet daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. So visit FanDuel.com to get started. And today we have a very exciting episode. We're talking with the latest commit to Maryland football, one of the biggest commitments in our 2025 class, four-star athlete Zymear Smith. Zymear, how does it feel to get that weight off your shoulder committing to Maryland?
Man, it feel good. Know what I mean, this is something that I wanted to do for a couple months now. Know what I mean, so just finally letting everybody know what I mean, because I know everybody probably thought I was going to Maryland anyway, but to just get all that second guesses, second thoughts off y'all head, know what I mean, just had to do it. So I feel like I did it at the right time.
Right. Who do you think has helped you the most among your parents or whoever maybe has helped you the most along the way to get to where you are now?
I got this OG that lived like down the street from me. His daughter played for or his niece played for the University of Maryland. She from over this way where I'm from, and she actually got a street over there in Eastern Maryland called Kelly Gibson Street. So she played there. So he always just been in my ear like, man, stay home, stay home. So he definitely been a big part of being big part of me going to Maryland, and Coach Zard too. Know what I mean, me and Coach Zard, we got a tight relationship. Like that's like Unc for real. So I know he can't wait to coach me and get to hit the ground running.
Right. Talk more about Coach Zard. When did he start recruiting you? Was he one of the first coaches to reach out to you in recruiting? Talk more about your relationship with him.
All right, so I had an offer from Old Domain University, but Coach Zard, he's my second offer. And after Coach Zard offered me, Georgia offered, just a whole bunch of other schools just came and offered me. So Coach Zard's a cool dude, know what I mean? Like I committed somewhere else. He know what I mean, hit my phone like, come on, bro, why you do that or none of that. Like he was just like he want the best for me and he gonna stay tight and he wanna work me out and know what I mean, just basically just be there for me. So that's a big part of just building a relationship with Coach Zard, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is there any players that when you were younger you looked up to that were in college or whatever the case may be that went to your high school or anything like that that you looked up to?
Well, I mean, I got a couple. I got a cousin named David Bailey played in at Boston College. So then I had somebody that played at Duke University. So now I mean, just where I'm from, it's a couple cats that made it out and it's made to the college world, and I always thought I had a shot when it was my turn to come. So when it was my turn to come, I just took advantage of it.
Right.
But my favorite, I used to watch Jacoby Jones all the time. I just like doing his dances and just watching them run up and down that field during the Super Bowl playoffs. It don't matter. He was getting it done.
Right. Talk about more about where you're from exactly, because for the fans that don't know, I know you're from Maryland, but what part of Maryland are you actually from?
I'm from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, so it's originally Maryland, right across the Bay Bridge. I mean, we like a unknown area around here. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of talent over here, and they finally start to look over here.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Did any other high schools try and get you closer to like the DMV area, like any closer, like a St. Francis or like any of those types of schools ever like reach out to you and try and get you over closer to where Maryland is or in the Baltimore area or in the WCAC or anything like that?
Yes, sir. Of course, they hit me up. You know what I mean? But just gotta stick with the squad I've been running with, man.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Talk about your high school experience going into your senior year. What are some of the goals and how do you want to end the year?
Man, I just want end the year knowing that I made everybody else around me better. Nah, I mean everybody. I want to push everybody to the next level, cause and that's championship. So I just want to end with a ring on my finger and to be done with this high school career.
Right. Do you know if you're gonna enroll early at Maryland? Is that something you plan on
Yes,
doing?
sir. Yes,
That is
sir.
something you plan on doing. Was it always football for you? Talk about growing up. Did you play anything else besides football?
So like right across from my street, and right across from my house, it's a basketball court. But I always played football when I was younger too, though. But I was like always on a waiting list type deal. Like they always had me on a waiting list. So I used to love basketball. I actually wanted to go be an NBA for real, but I got to like fourth grade. I started playing football because I went to the practice and I ran a lap with the team and I burnt them by like a mile. So then they told me I ain't on the waiting list no more. They gave me a jersey. So after that, it was just strictly football. I don't like basketball like that no more.
So you don't mess around with basketball anymore. Don't
No
play.
sir.
No, not at all. You don't miss that at all. A little basketball, no.
Nah.
Just strictly football now. No, that makes sense.
Yup.
As an athlete, sometimes it's hard to keep motivation to keep going at times. What are those when you hit those times? What do you rely on to keep your motivation to keep going?
My family, just knowing that there's somebody looking out, there's somebody looking after me, you know what I mean, or there's somebody that need me, you know what I mean. So I just try to put that cape on my shoulders and be a man about it, you know what I mean.
Right, right,
Yes, sir. Because you gotta face adversity at any point in your life. So just
yeah,
you just gotta hold on. The day you give up might be the day you win. You know what I mean?
right,
So gotta keep going.
right. Was there any point in high school where you faced a moment of adversity, or two or three, or what were some
Oh
of those
yeah, for
moments?
sure. My freshman year it was COVID year, so that's when I ain't it was on computer, so I didn't really go to school like that. So then like my grades was bad. Nah, I mean it wasn't on the football team. It wasn't. I don't even think it was a football team that year because it was COVID year, or it was like 6 games. It was something light. But nah, I mean definitely faced the adversity because now then when I came back to school, I had to go through and fix all them grades, and I mean get my GPA back to where it's supposed to be. So I definitely faced a lot of adversity early on in my life. And I mean just had to turn around and kept God close to me, and he just never left my side.
Right. You talk about your faith. How does that play a role with you playing football and in the classroom, just overall in your life?
Oh yeah, it definitely play a big role. Now I mean, cause definitely I just pray to God about everything and hopefully it come true or hopefully he get me where I need to be or help me out a little bit. Know what I mean? So now I mean just also I've been doing is meeting them halfway and everything. Just been going for itself.
Right, right. After a quick break, we're gonna ask Zymear about why he chose Maryland, some of the other players in the 2025 class, and we're gonna ask you a couple more questions after this quick ad from FanDuel.
For sure.
I love sports. I love them so much. I never want them to stop. But as the playoffs wind down, we get fewer games and the sports aren't sporting like we want them to. But FanDuel lets everyone keep betting on sports whenever you want. All you have to do is open up the app and dream up bets anytime you're in the mood. And summer, FanDuel's hooking up all customers with a boost or bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. So head over to FanDuel and start making the most of your summer. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. So ultimately, we know you were originally committed to Alabama. What went into your decision to commit to Alabama, and what was kind of the reasoning behind that, and how did that start for you?
I mean Alabama. So now, I mean when you go down there and just see the place, everything just like dang, like it blows your
Yeah,
mind like crazy. But
yeah,
yeah, they got a great coaching staff down there. They this their first year together and they're already clicking. So that's definitely played a big part too. And I mean Coach Mo Language, it's my guy too. So Coach Kev, all of them. So they got a good coaching staff they put together. Coach Courtney Morgan, that's a great guy over there. So
right.
now I mean just committing with them, knowing that they getting dogs, they got dogs, and gonna be able to compete for the next few years is great. And I mean just looking around see who I was gonna be competing against and playing with.
Right. That totally makes sense. I mean, Alabama's Alabama. That's what it is. I mean, that program speaks for itself. But ultimately, why did you choose to switch to Maryland?
Just because, like, I mean, you gotta play where you feel comfortable at, and I mean, if you feel comfortable at home and in front of your family, I mean, getting to my family in Tuscaloosa is what they probably wasn't gonna be able to make every game. I mean, so it's just a family decision and best for my family and
Right.
me.
Yeah. Right. So playing behind your home state, how does that feel? You just talked about that a little bit, but talk a little bit more about that playing at home. How does that feel?
I feel good. I mean, just knowing that you're doing it for the people that you love. I mean, the people that you grew up around, and even get to get some more fans. I mean, and just have everybody knowing your name around the city.
Right. Was there any points in the recruiting process that were like really stressful, that were really hard on you?
Not really. It's been actually a smooth process. I've been having my man's Daryl, my mentor. He been helping me out a lot. So ain't really been too much pressure on me.
Right. Who is Daryl exactly? Just so some of the people can know.
Well, Daryl is he run this programs like called Fast Track Recruits. So he take kids, him and another group of guys take kids to colleges, to visits and stuff. Know what I mean? Just to showcase their talent and get their name out there. So he
Mhm.
hit me up on Instagram a few months back, probably like a year ago now, and basically just trying to help me out with the recruiting. And he sent all my film to colleges, schools, coaches, know what I mean? And they replied back. They seen my speed and they offered me. So
Right.
big thanks to Daryl for sure. He
Right.
put me on the map.
Right. Oh, yeah, that makes sense to have a mentor like that because it's a lot to go through, all the different schools, all the different things. So it's good to have someone by your side like that. But you talked about your speed. I want to know if you ran a 40 right now, what would you run? I think I saw on your Twitter you had 4.41 up there.
Hmm.
What do you think? What if you ran your fastest time, what do you think that time would be?
Like 4.38.
A 4.38. So you think you would run you're running a 4.38 right now, you think?
Yeah, right now I'm running 4.38.
And you think that time can get any better?
Oh yeah, for sure. Cause I ain't even work on my start like my takeoff yet. When I work on my takeoff, it's over for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's over.
so you got a different part of you just got a different side of you in terms of athleticism, a different gear that a lot of people can't hit. How has that helped you on the field, and how have you kind of developed? Is it just something that's just kind of like been a natural thing? I know a lot of that's just like your natural athleticism, but some of that you got to train for a little bit. How has that experience gone in terms of getting to that type of speed and that type of athleticism?
I mean, when I was always younger, I used to just play football by myself. Like I always been a football man. So now I mean, you probably think this sound crazy. Like, I used to play football by myself. Like now I mean, like 11 on 11 by myself. I'm every position. I'm blocking. I'm catching the ball. I'm running the ball. I'm tackling myself. Everything. So I'm even kicking field goals. So it was crazy. Now I mean, like just imagining all that stuff. But I feel like that's where it come from. Now I mean, just running around the yard all day, every day. Know what I mean? Just juking nothing. But it all helped me out though, know what I mean? But I feel like it's just natural though. Like my speed just natural. Like I really don't know how fast I am. I feel like I got 7 gears to it. Know what I mean? So
Right.
I really haven't never ran my fastest. Like, and it's crazy because I'm already when I score and I'm already like 30 yards ahead of everybody before I even start running for real. So it's like so I don't know. I gotta work on that. We gotta
Yeah.
work on I'm gonna work on the me and my track coach, we've been working on the takeoffs
Hmm.
starting. So
Right.
yeah, we're gonna get that right, and we gonna be beating some times for sure.
Right. Yeah, because that's a big part of it is just the start part of it because that's that
Hmm.
like track component that when you're playing football, you don't always like know how you got to really train that to get that time right and to get that amount of explosiveness to hit that next gear that you want to hit. So it makes a lot of sense that you say that. But talk about Coach Loxley. I mean, you talked about some of the other coaches in
Hmm.
terms of the BAM and coaching staff, in terms of Coach Azar. But talk about Coach Loxley. How was he in the recruiting process? How much did he recruit you, and how is he? And what do you think of Coach Loxley?
Man, I think Coach Locke is an amazing guy, man. Like You know what I mean? You know, everybody have a certain narrative of him, but nah. But like me and him, he know where we stand, and we had them talks, we had conversations, and nah, I mean, I'm just ready to go and work, man. Ready to go play for him. Nah, I mean, just bring one home for
Right.
sure.
Right. So Malik Washington, another 2025 Maryland commit. I know you have a relationship with him. How much did he try and recruit you to Maryland? Did he talk to you? Did he text you? How did that go?
Oh yeah, so actually was on the visit together. Me, him, Rocket, we all was on the visit together.
Right.
So when we just talking, we like, man, we gotta come turn the crib up. You know what I mean? So we just all talking like, yeah, bro, let's stay home. You know what I mean? They trying to get me to flip. We like, yeah, bro, stay home, bro.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
nah, I mean,
How was that official overall? Because I think that sounded like that was a big part of where you started to feel really comfortable at Maryland. How was that official? How did that go?
the official, it just set it off real. Like, you know what I mean? It just made my mind up. You know what I mean? Like, I talked to everybody, I talked to coach, I talked to what I need to talk about. So my family was there. They got to talk to my family. So that just set it off for real. Like, I already was leaning towards Maryland. Like, just saw the relationship with Coach Czar. You know what I mean? Like, they was Maryland was doing stuff that they ain't really have to do for me. You know what I mean? I'm committed to Alabama, and they going over my grades, making sure I'm straight to go to college. You know what I mean? Like everything. Like Maryland was investing in me already, and I didn't even commit there or nothing. So it's like, why not go to a school that invested, that put they all in me? You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
like, so I'm gonna get them my all for
Right,
sure.
right. Yep. Yeah, no, I didn't realize that. How I knew they would still recruit you during that time, but I didn't
Mhm.
realize how much they really cared. And I think that's going to be something that a lot of people have been talking about with the Maryland program, just what Coach Loxley is family type of how he really preaches family and those type of things. So that's interesting that you say that. But I want to talk about your position versatility. You can do a lot of things on the football field. You're listed as an
Yeah.
athlete. I mean, that's been maybe the biggest point of conversation when talking about you, but what kind of position do you prefer to play? Is there one that you prefer? And what are all the different positions that you can play on the field?
I mean, I can play safety, receiver, corner. I can even get the ball in the backfield. You know what I mean? So it's like, when it talk about my position, I really like the ball in my hand. Like I really like just like when I get the ball in my hand. Like say if I have a game right now and all right, I catch a couple picks, but it won't really be that exciting like it is when I'm juking somebody, scoring
Yeah,
touchdowns as a receiver. You know what I mean? So it's like I love locking people down. Like that's not nothing. But with the ball on my hand, I just like being exclusive. Sure.
yeah, no, that totally makes sense. So, what has Coach Loxley kind of said that, or any of the Maryland coaching staff has they've like predicted anywhere that you'll play? Or I heard you on the 247 thing say that you might go both ways. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so basically just gonna learn the system. Know what I mean? Learn the system, learn the program, learn one side. Hopefully if I can get one side, maybe I can get a shot the other side. Know what I mean? So it's just a lot of just a little situation that's on me. Know what I mean? Can
Right,
talk to Coach Locks, get something settled in with him, but just learn the playbook first.
right. What part of
So
your game do you think right now is the strongest that you think will really translate to the college level?
I say my explosiveness for
Right,
sure.
right. What part of your game do you want to work on the most?
Route running,
Route running. Right, right. No, that makes sense because
technique,
college. Go ahead.
technique.
Technique. Yeah, that makes sense. Going into college, that makes a lot of sense. So the Maryland 2025 class, I've been saying I think it's Coach Loxley's best class yet. I think it has something. I think it's gonna be something special.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of people agree with that. Talk about the 2025 class. There's a lot of really good players. Have you connected with them? Is there like a group chat? How has that gone so far with talking to some of the other guys?
Yeah, we trying to be one of the highest recruited class Maryland had. Know what I mean? So that's let's start there. We trying to really come in and change the program. Know what I mean? Had them remember that 2025 class for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is there anybody in that class that you're closer with that you've talked to a lot?
Oh yeah, I mean I'll be talking to Malik. I talked to Rocket. Know what I mean? So follow a couple of other recruits on the Instagram. So we gonna lock it in. We gonna chat more. my boy
Yeah.
Sid. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, that makes sense. And what are your exact goals when you get to college? I know a lot of people think you want to go to the pro and all those different things, but what do you want to do at the University of Maryland?
I want to put in that work, man. I want to go there and put in that work off day one. Know what I mean, just to let them know I'm not playing. I'm coming here to work. Know what I
Right.
mean, I don't want to show out for sure. And I'm going there early, so I want to go in there, put in that work, and hopefully have a starting spot by time season come around.
Right. Has that been something they talked about? And a chance to play right away?
Yes, sir. It's all on me. You know what I mean? It's all on who, if I want it or not. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
get it for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. And my last question is the Maryland 2025 class is shaping up to be really good, like I said. But who else do you want? Is there anybody else you've been in contact with and saying, I know there's some really good other players that you've been like, I want you to come to Maryland. I know there's some really
Mhm.
good players like Jalen Gilchrist, some other guys too. Is there any guys that you've texted or Malik and you have been really on that is like, I want you to go to Maryland?
I ain't really text nobody yet, but I'm definitely gonna get on that. Well, I mean, I've been telling people like, yeah, you might as well slide. Like, so we gonna definitely flip some more for sure.
Yeah,
We
no.
ain't done. We ain't
Yeah,
done.
that makes sense. Thank you, Zymear, for joining us today.
Sir, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Follow Zymear on Twitter, the latest Maryland 4-star commit. But thank you all for listening, and thank you for listening to Locked on Terps.
Yes, sir.